Topic communication protocol in Java. Name Shamkumar, roll number 219 section ITV subject program with objects. Java networking. Java networking is a concept of connecting two or more computer devices together so that we can share resources. Java socket programming provides facility to share data between different computing devices. Advantages of Java networking: sharing resources, centralized software management. The Java Net Package supports two protocols: TCP, transmission control process protocol, provide reliable communication between the sender and receiver. TCP is used along with the Internet Protocol referred as TCP and IP. UDP, User Datagram Protocol, provides a connectionless protocol services by allowing packet of data to be transferred along two or more nodes. Java networking terminology. Using Java network terminologies are given below. IP address protocol, port number, MAC addresses, connection oriented and connectionless protocol. Socket. IP address. IP address is a unique number assigned to a node of a network. Example 192.168.0.1. It is composed of octets the range of 0 to 1, 0 to 255. It is a logical address can be changed. Protocol. A protocol is a set of rules basically that is followed for communication. For example, TCP, FTP, TLNT, SMTP, POP, etc. Port number. The port number is used to uniquely identify different applications. It acts as a communication endpoint between applications. The port number is associated with the IP address for communication between two applications. MAC address. MAC, Media Access Control. Address is a unique identifier of NIC, Network Interface Controller. A network node can have multiple NIC, but each with unique MAC address. For example, an Ethernet card may have MAC address of 00 is to 0D is to 83 is to B1 is to C0 is to C0 is to 8A. Connections oriented and connectionless protocol. In connection oriented protocol, acknowledgement is sent by the receiver, so it is reliable but slow. The example of connection oriented protocol is TCP. But in connectionless protocol, acknowledgement is not sent but the receiver, so it is not reliable but fast. The example of connectionless protocol is UDP. Socket. A socket is an endpoint between two ways communications. Which next page of Java socket program. Java net package. The Java net package can be divided into two sections: low level and high level. Low level API. It deals with the abstraction of addresses, networking, identify sockets, bidirectional data communications mechanism and interface, network interface. High level. It deals with the abstraction of URLs, universal resources identifiers, URLs, universal resources locator, and connections to the resources pointed by URLs. What we'll learn in networking tutorial: networking and networking terminology, socket programming, connection oriented, URLs class, displaying data of a web page by URLs connections class, net address class, datagram socket and datagram packet connectionless. A socket consists of three things: an IP address, a transport protocol, a port number. A server program normally listens to a specific port waiting for connection request or a silent. When a connection request arrives, the silent and the server establish a dedicated connection over which they can be communicated. During the connection process, the silent is assigned a local port number, and blinds a socket to it. Sockets are bidirectional, meaning that either side of the connection is capable of both sending and receiving data. Therefore, a socket can be created theoretically at any level of the OSI model from 2 upwards. How to communicate Java microservice? Managing a sizable software system is always a challenge. The proper solution for timing the complexity is isolating its model into independent service. The microservice architecture has gained wide acceptance in the industry over the years, and according to last year's survey by ORLE, most of the adoptions were at least partially successful. If your system is supposed to have satisfactory performance as relentless, you have to ensure that it's not affected by the flaws of remote communication like unreliable latency or poor reliability. In this article, I will share my thoughts on the best communication patterns for microservice. I will be mainly focusing on Java and Spring. Sync and async. There are many ways we could categorize communication patterns between services. Arguably, the most popular method is specifying if the type of communication is synchronous or asynchronous. Asynchronous calls means that a service waits for the response after performing a request. It does not necessarily mean blocking a thread. The library making the call can invoke a callback when the response arrives of return a pending handle like completable future or referred to flux. Asynchronism. Communication usually involves some kind of messaging system like RabbitMQ or Apache Kafka. To initiate communication, a service publishes a message to the message broker. After that, the silent can get the message from the broker at any point. Here, the sender does not need to wait for the response if might be sent back from the receiver later as another asynchronous messages. Types of network protocols and their uses. In the world of technology, there are vast numbers of users communicating with different devices with different languages. That also includes many ways in which they are transmit data along with different software they implement. So communicating worldwide will not be possible if there were no fixed standards that will govern the way users communicates for the data as well as the way our devices treat those data. Here will be discussing this standard set of rules. Yes, we are talking about protocols which are set of rules that help in governing the way of particular technology will function for communication. In other words, it can be said that the protocols are digital language implemented in the form of networking algorithms. There are different networks and network protocols with a surface. Types of protocols. There are various types of protocols that support a major and compassionate role in communicating with different devices across the different network. There are transmission control protocol (TCP), internet protocol (IP), user data graph protocol (UDP), post office protocol (POP), simple mail transport protocol (SMTP), file transfer protocol (FTP), hypertext transfer protocol (HTTP), hypertext transfer protocol secure HTTPS. TLENT profile. Let us discuss each briefly. Transmission control protocol. TCP is a popular communication protocol which is used for communicating over a network. It divides any messages into series of packets that are sent from the receiver destination and then gets reassembled at the destination. Internet protocol. IP is designated explicitly as addressing protocol. It is mostly used with TCP. The IP addresses it packets helps in rotating them all them through different nodes in a network until it reaches the destination system. TCP and IP is the most popular protocol connecting the networks. User Datagram Protocol. UDP is a substitute communication protocol to transmission control protocol implemented primarily for creating loss tolerating and low latency linking between different applications. Post Office Protocol POP3 is designed as a incoming emails. Simple Mail Transport Protocols SMTP is designed to send and distribute outgoing email. File Transfer Protocol FTP allows user to transfer files from one machine to another. Types of files may include program files, multimedia files, text files, and documents, etc. Hypertext Transfer Protocol HTTP is designed for transferring a hypertext among two or more subsystems. HTML tags are used for creating links. These links may be focused line, text message. HTTP is designed silent server principle which allows a silent system for establishing a connection with the server machine. For making a request, the server acknowledges the request initiated by the silent and responds accordingly. Some other popular protocols act as co-functioning protocols associated with these primary protocols. For core functioning there are ARP Address Resolution Protocol, DHCP Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, IMAP4 Internet Message Access Protocol, SIP Social Initiation Protocol, RTP Real Time Transport Protocol.